Unohana's lieutenant asks her if they made the right decision to remain back and not join the fight with the Quincy's. Unohana replies that they have honored the last order of the late Genryusai Yamamoto. We then cut to Ichigo, finding out that Inoue, Chad, Renji, and Rukia are all fine. He goes to visit Rukia and Rukia notices that Ichigo is in distraught. We then see Ryujin Jaka, broken, the Zanpakuto of the late Genryusai Yamamoto, surrounded by the remaining Gotei 13 captains who can still stand. One of the foot soldiers then reports that Zaraki and Byakuya have narrowly escaped death. Soifon then lashes out at the reporter, and she is reeled in back by the remaining captains, for they don't have the time to mourn. We then see Ichigo at Mayuri's lab, and Mayuri is currently monitoring Zangetsu, the broken Bankai. Mayuri then explains to Ichigo that unlike a broken Shikai, a broken Bankai could not be remodeled simply by the owner's spiritual pressure being poured into it. Squad Zero arrives at Serete, and we find out that Hirako and Unohana personally knows 2 of the 5 captains of Squad Zero. Squad Zero has no members apart from the 5 captains. They announced that they went to Serete in order to build or rebuild the Gotei 13 as ordered by the Soul King, and they also want Ichigo to come with them to the Soul Palace. Soifon then lashes out at Squad Zero for not helping them defeat the Quincy's and standing idly by at the Soul Palace. One member of the Squad Zero then flash taps behind Soifon without her noticing and explains that it was their job. The Gotei 13's main role was to protect everyone within the Serete, and that they failed. The main purpose of the Squad Zero was to protect the Soul King and not protect Serete. They were also told that they are an embarrassment to the name Gotei 13. We then find one of the captains have already taken some of the Shinigamis, namely Rukia, Renji, and Byakuya, as well as Ichigo's broken Bankai, to take them to the Soul Palace in order to heal, because Unohana does not have the capabilities to fully heal them. Urahara's projection then suddenly appeared behind all of them, using Kon, of course, to reassure Ichigo that they are all fine, along with Chad and Inoue making an appearance. And then, without it fully being shown, we see and hear Grimjo. Urahara doesn't fully explain what he did, but he just said, or who he was talking to, but he just mentioned that he made a contract with him. Ichigo then realizes that this isn't really the right time to ask for info while he's in front of Squad Zero. Ichigo, Squad Zero, and the other Shinigamis that they took were then shot up to the Soul Palace. We then see Ganju walking away with 3 characters from the Fullbring arc, which have not been fully revealed yet. At the Soul Palace, Ichigo finds out that Aizen was actually trying to create a key to enter the Soul King's throne, but the leader of Squad Zero explains to him that they are the only ones who can penetrate the barrier around the Soul Palace, that their bones are the actual key. They then explain that Ichigo needs to go through the 5 areas, each ruled by one of the captains of Squad Zero, before he reaches the Soul Palace. First is the Healing Spring, controlled by Kurinji, Unohana's master. So overall, this episode was actually pretty light. It's more on the lore regarding the Squad Zero, the broken Tensai Zangetsu, and I'm really excited to see the rest. We get teased with a lot of previous characters from previous seasons, and this is a nice change of pace from the last few episodes, actually, like from episode 2 to episode 7, we've been in distraught. It was a massacre of sorts. It was a very heavy emotional series of episodes. So this is a breath of fresh air that we actually get to relax. We get to see the heroes of the show, the protagonist Ichigo and the rest of the captains actually talk it out and try to figure out what to do next. The introduction of Squad Zero, I would say, is pretty good. They were introduced as being stronger than every pretty much everyone within Sarate. Um, so yeah, Soifon being emotional, I think that's within her character. She's less composed as compared to, let's say, Yoruichi, and it's a nice characterization that not all the captains can remain composed at all times. It gives variety to the way that the story is told, so I really like that, and well, it's so fun, and I like her. So yeah, it's nice to see Hirako as well, and the designs of Squad Zero is very unique, I would say. Except for Kirinji, I think Kirinji is the least unique, has the least unique design. I really like the girl with the 6 golden arms. I'm not really sure what her name is. I'll just wait for the anime to introduce each one of them by name. So yeah, I think the Zero Squad will play a major role. I mean, they're the squad protecting the Soul King. They should play a major role, and I'm very interested in seeing what they can do, what their Sanpaktus are, what their Shikai and Bankai abilities are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episodes, and I like the light-hearted tone right now. I think we need a breather from episode 2 to 7. It's very heavy. It's really very refreshing and very uplifting to feel and see that the Shinigamis are recovering and they can still fight